Saint Seiya's universe consists of countless myths and legends, spread across all existence. Therefore, in the world of Knights of the Zodiac, all these narratives converge to a single point: the legend of Kronos and Uranus, and the awakening of the 12 Titans. Hello, Knights and Amazons, welcome to the Semperquist Saber channel. As you know, I'm Wes. In today's video, we'll uncover the secret of Kronos and the 12 Titans, possible main villains in the new Zeus saga of Knights of the Zodiac. Please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's dive in. Knights, this video contains official information from all the sagas, spin-offs, and canon stories of Knights of the Zodiac, as well as official materials like the Hypermyth and the Tizen Encyclopedia. Before Athena and even Zeus, only the sky and earth existed. Uranus, the primordial god of the sky, ruled absolutely alongside Gaia, the primordial goddess of the earth. But, as in every good mythological story, their relationship was far from a bed of roses. Uranus was a paranoid tyrant. Fearing the power of his own offspring, he imprisoned his most monstrous children, the 100-handed Hecatoncheirus and the Cyclopes, back in the womb of the earth Tartarus. This caused unbearable physical and emotional pain to Gaia, Mother Earth, and it was in absolute secrecy deep within the planet that Gaia decided to put an end to it. She created a weapon of unimaginable power. It wasn't an ordinary sword or a spear. It was the Megas Drepanon, which translated from Greek means great sickle. The exact material of this weapon is still a subject of debate to this day. Classical mythology describes an unbreakable material. In Saint Seiya, it's thought to be a solidified cosmos ore from the world's core, able to tear the divine essence. However, Gaia didn't stop there. She knew she needed an army and forged a total of 12 divine weapons, one for each of her Titan children. Hyperion received a colossal sword. Creus wielded the scimitar, Oceanus took the twin daggers for himself, and so on until it reached the youngest, the most ambitious and courageous of them all, Kronos. These 12 weapons were not just tools of war, they were the Soumas. Surely, in the forbidden archives of the sanctuary, it is written that the Soumas are fascinating. They are radically different from Athena's armors. They are not inanimate objects, they are forces of life. When they are not being used as defensive armors, they completely reconfigure themselves into gigantic offensive weapons. A Souma has its own status. They surpass the gold, silver, or bronze armors, surpass the Sapuris of the Spectres, and even the scales of the Marina generals. The defensive power of a Souma is only rivaled by the Kamuis, the true divine armors worn by the 12 Olympian gods. To show this absurd power, in the episode G Saga, Aeolia of Leo, one of the most destructive knights, fractured his arm and shattered his gold armor's fists just by punching Hyperion's armor, like hitting a diamond wall. And dressed in his Souma and wielding the Megas Drepanon, the young Kronos led his 11 siblings. The battle took place on early Earth. When the 12 Titans appeared, Uranus descended in outrage from his stellar throne. The universe shook, and he wore the legendary Ars Magna, armor shining like newborn galaxies. His presence was so overwhelming that the sea went silent and even light seemed afraid to shine. All the Titans froze in fear. All except one. Kronos, defying his father's omnipotence, attacked. We don't know how long the fight lasted, but we know how it ended. The Megas Drepanon's precise strike cut through the sky, mutilating and bringing down Uranus. Legend says Icar rained upon the world that day. Here's the quantum physics behind Saint Seiya. Understanding it is crucial to grasp the Titan's threat. In episode G, humans have red blood. The source of mortal life is the biological base where the cosmos burns. Therefore, the cosmos, which is the energy generated by the explosion of the small inner universe, is destructive by its nature. The gods, both Titans and Olympians, have immortal blood, which is regenerative and a source of infinite power. If it falls on an armor, it can awaken it to the divine level. The primordial gods and Titans possess the dunamis, the creative energy, while the cosmos destroys atoms. Dunamis has the power to create and alter reality. It's the divine will in its purest form. Eschatus dunamis is the supreme and absolute form of dunamis, capable of disintegrating anything and rewriting the laws of physics. Uranus prophesied while his ichor stained the earth, giving rise to the giants and the Erinyes. That Kronos would have the same fate. He would be overthrown by his own son, and so it was. Ages later, Zeus led the Titanomachy, defeated Kronos, and imprisoned the Titans in Tartarus. But gods who possess dunamis don't truly die, they merely wait. Millennia have passed, and now we're in the 20th century, just before the classic sanctuary saga with the 12 houses. Zeus's seal has weakened, and the Titans have awakened, and they are not happy. The goal is to recover the Megas Drepanant, which is sealed beneath Athena's statue, fully free Kronos, and take back control of the universe, plunging Earth into primordial darkness. Standing in their way are not Seiya and his friends, because at this time they were still children. The barrier between humanity and the ancient gods are the gold saints in their youth. Led by the protagonist of the saga, Aeolia of Leo, this story takes place in the episode G Saga. And now, let's get to know these formidable enemies one by one. Titan number 1, Hyperion, god of ebony and titan of the black sun. His Summa is a great sword with black wind and lava as his element. Hyperion was the first to break the seal. He is calm, analytical, and has a strong, respectful rivalry with Aeolia of Leo. Unlike other villains who underestimate humans, Hyperion recognizes and understands the value of courage. He was the sun god before Apollo. Episode G reveals part of his power was sealed in the Egyptian deity Apophis. His main attacks are the Ebony Vortex, a hurricane of black wind and gravitational pressure that traps the enemy and tears their flesh. Aeolia had to surpass his limits to break this technique. Girthang Vortex, a variation that uses his sword to create a cutting whirlwind. Titan number 2, Seiya, the god of black lightning and the one who understands. His Summa is the rapier, the fencing sword. His element is black thunder. And Seiya is the strategist and the most lethal assassin of Kronos. He possesses a speed that rivals and sometimes even surpasses that of the Gold Saints. His personality is marked by a twisted code of warrior honor. He fought a psychological and physical battle against Shaka of Virgo. While Shaka was trying to purify evil spirits, Seiya tried to assassinate him. Aeolia intervened, resulting in one of the bloodiest fights in the story, where Seiya demonstrated the Black Thunder, a lightning bolt capable of nullifying the electricity of Aeolia's attacks. He was defeated by Aeolia after recognizing the miracle of humans, dying or returning to chaos as a proud warrior. Titan number 3, Kronos, the god of the galaxies and the ruler of the stars. His Summa is the scimitar. His element is crystals, blades, and the stellar cosmos. Arrogant and violent, Kronos sees himself as a superior being in every way. He has the power to manipulate stellar matter and cut through anything. Kronos was Shura of Capricorn's nightmare. With his divine sword, the Aster Blade, he could cut not only the body, but also the cosmos and the memories of his opponent. He used the Aster Shoria technique to drain Shura's blood and power. Here, under the Imperial Satan's influence and retroactive narration, Shura awakened Excalibur's true fury. The battle was a duel of swordsmen. The sacred sword Excalibur against the divine sword Aster Blade. Shura won by raising his cosmos to infinity, splitting Summa de Kronos in half. Titan number 4, Iapetos, the god of dimensions. His Summa is the double blade. His elements are space-time and monsters. Perhaps the most sadistic of the Titans, Iapetos loves to summon monsters and toy with his prey. He has a connection with the Hecaton Kyries, using them as batteries or living weapons. He can cut through space, creating dimensional rifts that suck everything in. Coratem initially fought against Mudiaris and Jamiel, where the crystal wall was pushed to its limits. Later, he kidnapped Letos, Aeolia's protege, to lure the knights to Tartarus. His development in the story is tragic. He even kills his own son, a Hecaton Kyrie, to absorb power, falling into madness before being defeated by Aeolia in an emotional and intense battle. Titan number 5, Oceanus, the god of currents and lord of the seas. His Summas are twin daggers, and his element is water at its purest. While Poseidon rules the surface, Oceanus commands water's essence. He is calm, stoic, and avoids unnecessary war, acting only from loyalty. His battle with Camus of Aquarius is legendary. Oceanus showed water has no shape and can't be cut. However, Camus demonstrated that if the temperature drops to absolute zero, even Oceanus's divine flow can be stopped. Oceanus withdrew, respecting Camus' abilities, becoming one of the few Titans to survive the first encounters. Titan number 6, Rhea. Her Summa is the dagger. Her element is summoning and earth. As the wife of Kronos, she is merciless toward humans, seeing them as pests who have usurped the earth. Her summoning power is terrifying. She summoned Gaia Python and Earth Hydra Serpent to attack the sanctuary. She can easily summon extinct mythological beasts. During the invasion, she petrified knights and displayed an almost impenetrable defense. Her loyalty to Kronos is unwavering, acting as the king's last line of defense. Titan number 7, Themis, the goddess of justice and the judge. Her Summa is the Brabia spear. Her element is balance and judgment. For Themis, justice is the will of the Titans. She is cold, calculating, and brutal. Her spear decides the weight of the enemy's sins. She attacked Aeolia and Shura at the sanctuary. Her technique, Brabeus Talanton, the scales of justice, crushes her opponents with the weight of their sins or cosmic imbalance. She is often seen alongside Zeus, protecting Kronos. Titan number 8, Mnemosyne, the goddess of memory. Her Summa is the axe. Her element is memories and the mind, the most mysterious and dangerous. In a subtle way, she has a fragile and childlike appearance, but she controls everyone's memories. It is revealed that Mnemosyne actually manipulated the memories of the Titans themselves to serve Pontos' plans. Pontos, the primordial god of the sea and the true villain, lurking in the shadows of Episode G. She was the one who broke Kronos' seal, but also the one who blocked his memories, turning him into a confused pawn for a while. Ninth Titan, Seiya, the goddess of light and vision. Her Summa is the crossbow. Wife of Hyperion, she is fiercely protective of her children, the mythological sun and moon. Her ability allows her to see through dimensions and launch concentrated light attacks. In Episode G, her role is more of tactical support, defending Kronos' labyrinth. 10th Titan, Tethys, the goddess of rivers and springs. Her Summa is the warhammer. Wife of Oceanus in mythology, she is the mother of all rivers. In Episode G, she is a powerful warrior who wields her hammer's force with water's fluidity. Her loyalty to Oceanus and Kronos puts her on the front lines, although she has less solo prominence than the other Titanides. Titan number 11, Phoebe, the goddess of the moon and intellect. Her Summa is the dagger. Wife of Coeus, she chose not to fight directly against the Gold Saints at first, preferring to analyze the battlefield. She shares Coeus' concern for the fate of the world, but her ultimate loyalty is to the era of the Titans. Titan number 12, the king of the Titans. Kronos, the god of time. His Summa is the Megas Drepanon, the giant scythe. His supreme power is the absolute manipulation of time, the dunamis status, and the reality cutter. Kronos is the most complex character, and at first, he appears as a terrifying giant six-armed projection. However, due to the amnesia caused by Mnemosyne and Zeus's seal, he spends some time in the form of an innocent human child. In this form, he meets Letus, Aeolia's servant, and develops a genuine friendship. This creates a devastating moral conflict. The monster that wants to destroy the world is also the boy who learned to love humanity through Letos. When he regains his memory, Kronos becomes a machine of destruction. He stops time globally. He uses the Megas Drepanon to try to decapitate reality. His final fight against Aeolia is not just physical, it's an ideological battle about whether destiny is fixed, which is Kronos' view, or if it can be changed by human will, which is Aeolia's view. The War of the Titans in Episode G is violent, sad, and visually chaotic. It serves to show us that the Gold Saints are much more powerful than what we saw in the classic Saga. They defeated the gods who killed the sky itself. Probably, from what we've seen in the Next Dimension Saga, the great enemy of the Saints in the Heaven Saga will be Kronos, who is plotting his return from the shadows. But Hyperion leaves the door open, a dark prophecy that sends chills down your spine. It is believed that Uranus, the first king, never actually died. His Ichor and his Dunamis are merely sleeping. Many believe that after Hades and Zeus, Athena's last challenge would be Uranus's return and his Ars Magna, ending the cycle of vengeance started by Gaia's scythe. Be that as it may, one thing is certain in the universe of Saint Seiya. Peace is only the interval between divine battles. And as long as there is a cosmos burning, there will be a story to tell. And do you think the Bronze Saints would stand a chance against Uranus? Or is the fate of the Saints to be pawns in this eternal game of the gods? Leave a comment so I know. Thanks for watching till the end. See you next time. Burn your cosmos to infinity.